Hello, everybody. This is Benny Hills back with another vintage cube draft. It makes me smile to be able to say that again. This pack is sweet, just like these packs tend to be. Um, Tundra is great. Breeding Pool is great. Kiki is great. Vendilion Click is great. Demonic Tutor is great. Honestly, all of those are first picks I'd be very happy making usually, but in this case, we're taking this. Pretty easy Mox Ruby here. I mean, power is power. It's just so good. Yeah, I think my second pick here would just be the Tundra, or maybe Kiki. This card is great, and it's very, it's like, in this combo, it's a well-known combo, but there's only two of this piece, and there's, I think, 4 or 5 of the other piece, so this is the one you want to start with, but, I mean, yeah, we're taking the Mox Ruby. Mox Ruby is best in Mono Red aggro. It really can just, like, speed you up a lot, so that's what we'll be looking towards here. But it's also pretty good in like blue-red control or blue-red twin, so we'll see. This pack, oh, it has some Ren and 6, Fast Bond, Strip Mine. That's such a good combo there, but it's all in the same pack. Consecrated Sphinx is probably the best card in this pack, but I think we're just gonna take the Strip Mine. Yeah, like I said, this leans us towards mono red. The red is bad in this pack. It could mean that the person to our right just took a Goblin Guide first pick, and that would definitely mean we're not going to be able to pull off mono red. But I think Strip Mine is just genuinely good in so many different decks, and I mean, we could maybe even wheel the Ren in 6, and yeah, like, I wouldn't fault someone for taking Consecrated Sphinx, but this is not like a clear window to go into blue at all, and yeah, I think Strip Mine is the right pick here. Okay, so there's not a lot of red here. I mean, the Beaumont Courier is a really great mono red card, so we could just take that and try and move in to go to mono red, but I can't really tell. I think it's too early to know if the person to our right is picking a bunch of mono red cards or if there just haven't been that many in the packs. Like, what else are we taking? I mean, we could go with, like, Charter Course, I guess, and just, like, start picking generic blue cards, but these cards are both so much better in mono red than any other deck, and Beaumont Courier is also one of the better one-drops in the deck, so, like, the signs are scary, but the actual cards we have are great. So I think we are going to go with this. Okay, alright, this is encouraging. 2 excellent mono red cards in the same pack. So, yeah, I feel slightly vindicated in this choice. I think we're going to take the Abbott here. Firebolt is good, but, well, it's close. So Abbott is more likely to come around because Firebolt is really good in a lot of different decks, and Abbott's only good in really aggressive, close to mono red decks. But I don't really want to send a signal that red is open. Like, I'm just worried about that, so I kind of prefer taking the Abbott here, which is, like, in terms of how good they are for our deck, it's hard to say. It really depends on how the deck shapes up. There's some decks where this is better because you have a bunch of creatures and some where you really need more creatures. So I think we should go with the Abbott here. Cut mono red. A blue-red control player can take the Firebolt, I guess, and we'll just try and carve out this niche for ourselves. Ooh, okay, so, yeah, feeling good about this. Light Up the Stage is pretty solid. Plateau is also pretty solid, but I think the best card is this Soulscar Mage here. So, yeah, we'll just take this. 1-drops are super important, and I mean, yeah, just the dream is turn 1, like, Mountain, Soulscar Mage, Mox, Beaumont Courier, hit for 1. Oh, wait, that actually doesn't work. You don't get the prowess hit, but, yeah, this is great. We want 1-drops, so easy Soulscar Mage. Okay, yeah, this is really going well. Eidolon is incredible, just so good. Experimental Frenzy is a nice top-end card, especially out of the board, so I would love it if this would come around, but we're just going to take the Eidolon here. This is a genuinely incredible start for mono red deck. But here it gets a little bit stopped in its tracks. None of these cards are really where we want to be. I think I'm going to take the Goblin Dark Dwellers, but I really don't have to play this in the main deck. Incinerate, on the other hand, I'm very happy to play in the main deck. Seething Song can be good. It's sort of like if you go like turn 2 off of Mox Ruby. Seething Song, Goblin Dark Dwellers, flashback Seething Song, play like another 5-drop or something. You can do some cool things, but Incinerate's great, especially since we passed the Firebolt. Oh, whoa. Was not expecting Kiki to come back around. That is interesting. I think we should not. Well, we could also take the seasoned Hallowblade and potentially go into Boros. We did just pass two red-white dual lands, and they might not come around, but they also could. If one of them comes around, the other is likely to as well. And we saw it pretty late in Nahiri, so I kind of think this is worth it. The upside is very, very high if we do get the mana to make this work, and I don't think we're missing out on too much by losing out on these like medium 4 and 5 mana red cards. Okay, there's a Ren and 6. But I don't. I mean, it's good with strip mine, but I don't think that's really where we're gonna be. I think I would slightly rather just have like. I don't really know which one of these two is better. Probably the Flame Tongue Kavu though. Yeah, this is decent. There's some matchups where it's very good. Okay, we'll take Wear Tear. Uh, this is actually really close between Spirit of the Labyrinth and Wear Tear. Maybe we just take the Spirit of the Labyrinth. Yeah, I think I am gonna go with this. Another just like really hard hitting 2-drop could be really good if we get the mana. Wow, we're getting all red. It looks like the red-white lands aren't gonna come around though, so we might not be able to make that work. I guess I'll take this, but we're not playing it. Um, yeah, now that we know that we're not getting a single red-white fetchable dual land, the white splash is looking pretty unlikely. Light Sage is good. Happy to get that one. Experimental Frenzy. Also happy to get that. Okay, so we can't do the white, but red is open. We're good to go, I think, with mono red. We'll go, okay, most optimistic possible. These are both in the sideboard to start. These 7 cards, I cannot fathom ever cutting no matter what. So, pretty good to have 7 complete uncuttable spells after one pack, and then 2 other ones that are, like, pretty good. Alright, well, there is a Zealous Conscript, so we could just... wait, oh, we didn't take the Kiki Jiki, did we? Oh, that's a bummer. But, either way, I think we would probably just want to go with the Zergo. It might wheel. It's somewhat likely to wheel, but none of the other cards are very... Like, if they were like a Mutavault and a Zergo, we would probably take the Mutavault and try and wheel the Zergo, but here, none of the other cards are very good for us, and Zergo is amazing, so we'll just go with this. Obviously, it hurts my heart to not take the Teferi, but this is the correct pick. Alright, so we have... Wooded Foothills would have been good if we got the white land, but that did not happen, unfortunately. These 2/2-drops are both quite strong. Porcelain Legionnaire, I think, is maybe slightly better, but it's close. And it's also much, much less likely to come around. So I think there's a good chance that Earthshaker Kenra does wheel. We got a really late light at the stage. So I think we're going to go with the Legionnaire and try and wheel this. Just 3 power is better than 2 power. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Alright. Nothing great here. I think Croaks actually could be kind of cool, but we don't really have the deck for that. We could actually take Metamorphose. We do have Soulscar Mage and Abbot of Carol Keep. So that's like incentives for having spells. We could also just take the Pia and Kira Nalaar, but I don't really... I mean, it's 4-drops aren't great. Like, I'll play some 4-drops. This isn't the best, though. I'd rather Koth or Chandra or... what's the other? Oh, Hazaret. Pia and Kira Nalaar might be the best 4-drop after those, but I don't really want to have any 4-drops, but it is pretty good. I guess it's also better since we have a few other artifacts. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Metamorphose has some value. If we also had Monastery Swift Spear, maybe we could take that, but we should probably just take the solid 4-drop. Oh, forgot about Hellrider. That's better than Pia and Kira Nalaar. I still think, like, I'm okay with having both of these, but Hellrider's a great pickup. Really, really happy to see that. Okay, so Runaway Steamkin and Burst Lightning are both pretty good. Steamkin is definitely more likely to wheel. And Burst Lightning is pretty good. We don't have that much burn. We have 8 creatures already. I think I would slightly rather have this in the deck, but this is like 5% to wheel. Wait, so we pick 1, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 cards are coming back. Yeah, this is probably like 5% or lower to wheel, and this is like 50% to wheel. So I think we should take the Burst Lightning here. What 3 cards will come back? Probably Legion's Landing, Nykthos, and then maybe Runaway Steamkin? Maybe Omnath? I don't know. I love that this art has... oh, what's this guy's name again? I actually forget. Yeah, I'm sad that I don't remember that guy's name, but that's fine. We got a good pick from that pack. Um, the 9 for Yargle, that's what it is. I like that art with a Yargle. Here we'll take Young Pyromancer. We passed a few green lands, which is a little sad because Ancient Grudge is amazing. But Young Pyromancer is also pretty good. This isn't like the best Young PZ deck ever, but it's solid. And yeah, I mean, just like we want to have, especially with Mox Ruby, we want to just be able to play like creatures on turns 1 and 2 as much as possible. Oh man, this is painful. Figure of Destiny, Skull Clamp, and Shrine of Burning Rage in the same pack. These are all phenomenal for us, and none of them are going to come around. I'm going to rule out Skull Clamp, even though I do love it. I think Figure of Destiny is a bit more important. Just having 1-drops is so good. Shrine is really, really good too. But I think we should take the figure here. I actually think Wheel of Fortune is decent in this sort of deck, but Koth is great, so we'll definitely take the Koth here. Yeah, our 4-drop slot is developing quite nicely now. I don't really want to have any more 4s. So right now, what do we want most? We have a decent base of cheap creatures. We have a good top end. We have okay burn. I would be happy to get a little bit more burn. So that's something. And then just like really the biggest place where I want to upgrade this deck is the mana development. So we'll take the Zealous. I don't think we're going to be playing it in the main deck at least. But we have, if we could get a little bit more burn and then just like better lands, like a Library of Alexandria or Mutavault or something like that. Ooh, nice to will the Earthshaker. We'll take that. Yeah, mono red is certainly very, very open. Our sideboard is mostly mono red cards. Just another refresh. So if we're going through all the cards that are like, I'm 100% to play, this wouldn't be in there, but all the rest of these are. I can't imagine ever cutting any of these cards from a mono red deck. So that's pretty sweet. We have 15 completely uncuttables. Bummer. I forget what it was in this pack. Oh yeah, Runaway Steamkin? Someone took Runaway Steamkin? Really? I think we just take Nykthos here. There's a world. If we have no other utility lands, then it might be worth it to play Nykthos. Man, real bummer to not get that Runaway Steamkin on the wheel. Alright, I would have loved to have seen a Mox. That would have been, like, best case scenario. I mean, that's always best case scenario, but even more so for a deck like this. But that was not meant to be. So there's Flame Slash, which is really good in some matchups. Stonecoil Serpent is just like a flexible card for filling the curve. Glorybringer is a good top end card. I think I like taking the Flame Slash actually. It's not a sexy first pick at all, but there, yeah, especially passing Jace the Mind Sculptor. But it's a good card. There's some matchups where it's really important to have cards like this, and we don't have that much burn at all right now, so I actually think it would even make the main deck probably right now, since we just have so little burn. Yeah, we'll go with this. Okay, so interesting picks here. There's, I mean, great cards. Channel, Sheldock Isle, but Glenalundra. Season Pyromancer, Chain Lightning, and Mishra's Factory are all tempting here. I think the Factory is actually the right pickup, because we're looking good on spells. We'll probably wheel one of these. More likely the Pyromancer, which is fine. Chain Lightning would be a really good addition to this deck, but it's really, really good to have a few man lands, and we really don't have a great mana base at this point. Like, I mean, we'll have a consistent mana base with lots of red, but we can afford to play, like, 3 to 4 non-basics, and we only have 1, so I think Mishra's Factory is just a bigger upgrade than Chain Lightning to our 24th spell will be. This is a really bad pack for us. We could have done Twin maybe, but I mean, yeah. I guess we'll take Siege Gang Commander is not a bad one. We're not going to play it in the main deck. I do not want to play 5-drop that deals no damage immediately. But I can imagine if we play against another mono red deck, we want to board into a slightly bigger deck, like bring in Siege Gang and Piet and Kieran. Or even against some control decks, we might want that. Okay, this is not great. Volcanic Island is a good card. Imperial Recruiter is sort of bad, but it could be good if we do go into a grindier matchup, so I guess we'll take this. It can find Siege Gang or Pia and Kieran Lar. This pack has been quite a bit worse than the last one. Hopefully we can get some good stuff later in it. Ooh, so now we have to decide between... Well, there's a couple fetch lands, but that doesn't really do anything for us. Jite is quite good sometimes. There's also Relic and Embereth's Shieldbreaker. I'm a little tempted to take the Relic, actually, because Reanimator is a really tough matchup for this deck. But we don't have any artifact removal. Shieldbreaker, yeah, I think we should probably take the Shieldbreaker. The Relic might come around. It's possible. GJ is also quite good, but I think it's like good against creature decks, and I think we would rather be good against other decks since creature decks are a lot less common. Ooh, wow. Chandra and Hazoret in the same pack. That is tough. Which one do we want? I think I like Chandra slightly more. She's a little bit worse if the only goal is just a pure race, but she's just so powerful in like almost any other matchup. And Hazoret is also like more likely to wheel probably, so it's Faithless Looting. So yeah, or Faithless Looting will probably get taken, but the looting makes it more likely that Hazoret will wheel. So yep, we'll take the Chandra. Ooh, well, Direfleet Daredevil is good, but Fire Blast is amazing, so we'll take that. Just 4 damage to the face for no mana. Really, really helps our Goldfish a lot. Oh, no! We'll take the Goblin Guide. I hate this to pass this card. I mean, yeah, I love this card. I think it's amazing. So, so good. I would take it over almost any other card in the format, but Goblin Guide is, like, the card. So, and we have a lot of 4s, so yeah, I think we have to take the Guide. Okay, Glorybringer is a good sideboard option. We could also take this to copy, like, opposing Time Walks or something, but I think Glorybringer is a little... Yeah, Glorybringer is a little better. Nice! Oh, okay. I think we just gotta go with a cheaper card. Seasoned Pyromancer is super good, but we don't have that much burn. We have Burst Lightning, Flame Slash, Incinerate, Fire Blast. I guess that's a decent amount, but you want to have a lot of burn in this sort of deck, so we'll go with this. I could imagine a world where we want to bring in Pyretic Ritual if it's like a pure race matchup, like where turn 3 Chandra is like really way better than turn 4 Chandra. Alright, so right now if the draft ended, which I guess it's very close to doing, we have to bring in... Ooh, pretty happy to get a Jite. I think that might actually be in the main deck. Probably not actually. We'll see. So we need to play 3 spells. Probably that should be Pia and Kieran Lar. Imperial Recruiter and the Jite, I think. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. Imperial Recruiter is slow, but it's pretty good. I mean, it can get, like, against Storm, it can get Eidolon, which just wins the game. It can get Pia and Kieran Lar for grindy matchups. It can get Beaumont Courier for card draw. It can get Artifact Destruction with Embereth's Shieldbreaker. Yeah, I think it's worth it to play this card, even though it is... I would much, much rather have a Seasoned Pyromancer than this card. I think it's probably the best one out of these cards. I mean, we could... No, I don't think we want Experimental Frenzy or Flame Tongue. We don't want another 4-drop. Yeah, every single other card we could bring in is a 4 or 5-drop, other than these Rituals, which I don't think we really want right now, so yeah, we'll chew this. 14 Basic Mountains. And yeah, I think this deck is amazing. This is a really, really good red deck. It has good burn, a really great curve, Mox Ruby, good lands. Yeah, I mean, at the margin, like if we could replace these 2 cards with like a Lightning Bolt and like a Monastery Swift Spear, then it's like actually the perfect red deck almost. But definitely can't complain. I think this deck can race control decks and combo decks pretty well, and then we have the tools to beat creature decks too. Like game 1 mono green could be rough, but then game 2 if we bring in like, you know, like Siege Gang and like a few other things like that, then we could fight with them too. So We'll see how this goes. Really would love to just play against like Storm and blue control decks every round with this deck though. This which are probably some of the best decks. Like this deck will beat the best decks. All right, here we are for round one. Unfortunately, we rolled a 1, which is always bad, but it's even worse when you're playing a deck like this. But sounds good. I mean, it's land heavy, but 1 drop into 2 drop. We're very likely to draw 3 drop in the first 3 draw step, so we have a really nice curve here. Oh, I think we're still just gonna cast a Zergo for this turn. We could go. Maybe we should actually be playing 15. Yeah, we should probably be playing 15 lands. I forgot we had a Mox Ruby, so we'll cut 1 land for probably, I guess, another 4 drop. Next turn we can go Earthshaker, and then turn 3 Hellrider. Something that's really annoying. Okay, this is yeah. I mean, drawing back-to-back basically lands is certainly worst case scenario. And this has hexproof, so we can't make it not able to block. Hit for 4. Pelucranos, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. This is worst case scenario. I mean, like a blue-eye control deck could literally never lose to this sort of deck, but we are going to get crushed. If we play Hellrider and attack, they take 3 off the triggers down to 15. And then 4 off of damage down to 11. That's not good enough. I'm still going to cast it this turn, I think. But that's so bad. Yeah, this is exactly what you don't want. I mean, like, mid-range green creatures and then black removal spells, dot deck. That's my guess of what they're playing. It's totally unplayable. Like, you can never beat blue control decks. You can never beat Storm. But you can beat mono red, I guess. Elder Gargaroth, alright. That is pretty brutal. Like, if we... Yeah, I'm just going to concede here, honestly. They take 4 off the Hellrider trigger, and then block 2 things and take 4 more, and they're still at 10. Yeah, they can just gain 3 life a turn. That is rough. Alright, well, this is the nightmare matchup, but hopefully it goes a little better this time. Do we want to cut a land? I think Zealous Conscript is actually pretty good here, so we'll cut 1 land for Conscripts. Stealing a Gargaroth can definitely swing a game. And I think I would rather have Flametongue Kavu than Glorybringer, or than Imperial Recruiter. And we'll run it like this. We will play first, and solid hand. Actually, quite good hand. I wish I had a Mox, but I wish I had about every hand, except for the last one. So we can go turn 1 figure, turn 2 strip mine them, and level up the figure, and then turn 3 peasy. Dark Slick Shores. Was not expecting that. Yeah, I still think we got to go with the strip mine here. So we have 3 permanents, they have none. That's a good start. Then they go Swamp Go. Alright, we'll go land, hit for 2, and then play Pyromancer. Okay, this has been a good draw. We're definitely doing well here. No play. Oh, alright, so we attack. Do we want to push 1 damage and then not have light up the stage mana? Or, yeah, I think we do want to just hit in for 1 more here. There's a chance we'll regret this, but I think just getting in damage is really valuable. Light up the stage. We'll cast this now. Play land. Then next turn we can play Kavu if they play a blocker, or Hellrider if they don't. And I think either one should lead to a win. Maelstrom Pulse, okay. So do we just have lethal then? That'd be hit for 4. Yeah, definitely lethal. All right, sweet. So that one went pretty well. I think our game 2 draw could have beaten their game 1 draw. Maybe. No, actually, that game 1 draw was pretty unbeatable for us. But hopefully they go more like this one going forward. Do we want to make any changes? I kind of like the idea of cutting a Flame Tongue Kavu for a Pyretic Ritual, honestly. As weird as that may seem, like I think we just want to be really fast if we can. We're on the draw, so we have an extra card. And playing, like, one of our 4-drops or a 5-drop, a turn ahead of schedule, can really swing a game, I think. And yeah, I mean, I guess we could go, like, Experimental Frenzy instead of the Ritual. But we're on the draw. Yeah, I think we just want to be fast as possible, so we'll go with this. And these two rituals are exactly identical here. Desperate Ritual is strictly better in general, but that only matters if you have multiples or something like that, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Hmm. This is not what you want to see. Like basically want to have a bunch of creatures in your opening hand and then a bunch of burn late in the game. We do have a lot of points. I mean, we have 10 points of burn in our hand. I think we do keep this, even though it doesn't have early pressure from creatures. Like 10 points of burn is a lot. Hellrider can deal damage too. If they have mana development guys, then we can really mess them up. Like if they are really all in on this, okay. Oh, Sentence Divining Top. Okay, well, not that. All right, come on, Goblin God off the top. Ooh, that was the worst case scenario. Jeez, yeah, drawing Flame Slash there was quite bad. So they're looking at the top 3. Hopefully that means they're stuck on lands, but yeah, we're just not pressuring them at all. Drawing Flame Slash was a disaster. They draw a card. That probably means that was their land. Yep. There's the Dark Slick Shores. Ooh, perfect draw. Okay, nice. I mean, we were pretty likely to draw something because we have so many creatures that cost 1 or 2 mana. But now that we have a turn 2 play there, I'm feeling a lot better about this. I would love to have a turn 3 creature as well, but... Or, I mean, Mox Ruby would probably be our best draw. Then we could play Hellrider and hit for 8. And then after that, then just the burn in hand is almost enough to kill them. Plus, they're not developing their mana at all right now. Yep, they're just barely fighting to keep hitting land drops. Come on, creature. All right, deal. That's awesome, actually. Wow. What was that going to be again? A Flame Tongue Kavu? Yeah, that's just a million times better here. That sideboard decision could easily swing this game. Just so that hits for 5 damage this turn, but otherwise we would have literally not cast a spell. That's huge. Sure, Maelstrom pulls Hellrider down, but now we can win just for the burn in our hand. So we will go Soulscar Mage. Hit for 3. And then end of turn, we're going to fire... We're probably just going to incinerate their face. And then untap, and we can go, triple burn spell, and probably... Yeah, I think we should be able to win on our next turn. Man, that Pyretic Ritual was huge. I don't know their hand, but if they have, like, a Polukranos here, then we almost definitely would have lost to not having Pyretic Ritual there. Demir Signet. That is not going to cut it, my friend. I guess, like, Collective Brutality. Okay, yeah, that won't do it either. If they had Brutality, kill this, take one of our burn spells, gain life, they could have maybe won. But Sentei's Divining Top will certainly not do it. Boom. Land. Chain Lightning you. GG. Don't even need any of the rest of these, but we can play them if we want to. Alright, sweet. So, I was pretty worried after game 1, but pretty convincing wins games 2 and 3. I think they just had the nut draw. I mean, turn 3 turn 2 Caryatid, turn 3 Polukranos, turn 4 Gargaroth on the play is just rough. But we managed to dig out games 2 and 3. We're 1-0, so great start. See you in match 2. All right, here we are for round 2. We're very good at rolling 3s. It's 2 3s in a row. We're 0 for 2 on the die rolls, so that is not really where you want to be, but I'm still pretty confident. I think this deck is really, really good, so let's see that. Turn 1, land, Mox Ruby, double 1-drop hand. Yeah, this is not going to cut it. We're going to ship that. A lot of lands, a lot of 4-drops, no early pressure. This hand is much, much better. So we'll keep, and I think we just put back the 4-drop, just try and empty our hand for the Beaumont Courier as fast as possible. You can see why 4-drops are not really where you want to be in this sort of deck. Like, you just want to use your mana as efficiently as possible, and cheaper plays make that a lot easier. I think I would rather get the Beaumont Courier down, even though, like, yeah, I think just getting cards under this early is pretty nice, especially, like, blue-green is a color combination that doesn't have great removal, so it's more likely we can get good value here. Hopefully they play creature that we can Chain Lightning. Everflowing Chalice, okay. So we go land, Eidolon. And hit for 1. And then next turn we can almost empty our hand. Uro. I mean, that's life gain, but I still think we're in a pretty good spot. They're a long way away from being able to escape that. They only had 1 land, too. That's good. So we go land, attack with both. Then we can just drop both of these. I think that's better than playing some burn spells on their face. Take 3. We're taking some damage from this Eidolon, but I don't think that'll matter against this sort of deck. So we do that, or it doesn't matter. I just did it this way to avoid the prowess trigger that I didn't want to have to click through. And yeah, I mean, we have a pretty dominant board. We are able to draw a lot of cards with this Beaumont Courier soon. Ideally, we draw just a land. Like, Mishra's Factory would be the best draw possible. Maybe Mox Ruby. No, probably, yeah. Actually, Mox Ruby would be better. See, I think we're just going to Chain Lightning their face here. Get that prowess trigger. And then attack with everything. They could animate the Lumbering Falls to block the Eidolon. Yeah, I actually think we're just going to attack with the Soulscar Mage, honestly. And then we can go turn post second main phase Abbot. So we want to land here. Nice. So now we can crack the Beaumont Courier for 3 cards if they do anything we care about. Is this Fact or Fiction? Shark Typhoon? Shark Typhoon, sure. It is good for them that they don't take any damage from that, but I still think we're in pretty good shape. We have a nice board here. Wasteland does nothing. Six mana, Carnage Tyrant. That's fine, I think. So I think we're going to go land, equip this to Abbot. No. Equip it to Soulscar Mage. Reason being, they want to block the one with more power, and we don't want them to block the one that our GT is on, ideally. And then, do we just attack with everything? I think we do. Well, actually, no. We die in the backswing if we attack with everything. We could Incinerate the Shark. Attack with everything. We're at 10. I think we do want to start with Incinerating the Shark. So we'll attack with everything. They can block one thing and kill it, but then we will get in for at least 5 damage, and we get some counters on the GT, so we can gain some life if we need to. Since technically they do have lethal now, but we can gain that 4 life. Then we'll be able to draw 4 cards, and then with a new hand of 4 cards, we're pretty likely to be able to win on our next turn. Interesting. They do just block the Soul Scar Mage. That's fine with me. I'm trying to think if there's any incentive to crack this Beaumont Courier now. I mean, we could just win if we drew Firebolt, Fire Blast, Mox, and a Burn spell. No, we'll wait. We'll crack it at the end of their turn. If they played something like a Time Twister, that'd be way worse. If we hadn't played a land that turn, that would have been one thing. But since we did, I think it makes sense to just untap with a Beaumont. Or just pass and then decide at the end of their turn if we want to untap with it or crack it then to save the mana. Eidolon is worse in this matchup than in a lot of matchups because some decks basically just don't go that much above 3 mana, and this deck does, so they have a lot of good plays they can make that will not shoot them for 2. Phyrexian Metamorph. Okay, so that can just copy their Carnage Tyrant. This is actually a very tough call if we want to crack this Beaumont Courier or not. I think we do. I think we have enough haste creatures. Yeah, I think I am going to crack this now and save the mana. If there's something like a Hell Rider, we would just win. Yeah, I think this is worth it. I mean, yeah, alternatively we could attack and get 1 extra card out of it, but we're trying to win this turn, ideally. Like, every single turn that goes by, like, now they have 14 points of trample damage. Like, it's possible we could survive 1 more turn, but we're going for the kill here. So we get, oh, well, that's bad. Okay, I think we should be okay. So we go, if they have nothing, oh no, we would die. We will die if they have nothing. Or we won't kill them if they have nothing. Because they can block the Abbot and the Mountain, take 4, go to 1, and then kill us on the backswing. So we have to just, if we just play Koth and attack with everything and equip the GT to something, does that do it? I mean, it wouldn't win, but we would get in for 2 damage, and then they would be at 3, and then I think with the Earthshaker next turn we could win. So we'll go with that. We can also make our thing with the GT on it an 8/8, so we can kill one of their Carnage Tyrants without dying. That seems pretty sweet. So untap one of these mountains. Land, equip, and I guess actually I don't even think we want to attack with either of these 2/2s. Well, let's see. If we attack with everything, they chump block with one of their Carnage Tyrants. They eat our Abbot with the other, and they take 2 down to 3. So the difference is the only difference. So yeah, instead of having 2 untapped blockers, we would have 1 tapped creature, and they would be at a slightly lower life total. I think that's not worth it. So I think I'm just going to equip to here. Because also, if we can untap with a Koth, that would be sweet. Yeah, I think it is worth it to keep these guys around. So they have to chump block. It's a force block. Double blocking it, sure. That is fine. We'll kill the real Carnage Tyrant. Doesn't really matter. So we only have to remove one counter. So we get to have 6 points of life gain on tap. We don't care about losing the mountain, though. We have millions of mountains. Oh, I forgot to cut one of the lands, actually. That was a mistake. I forgot that we're playing 16 lands still. I need to... Yeah, I'll change that for game 2, and hopefully remember to change it before the third match. Or the third round. So, they're still a ways away from escaping the Uro, which is really good. Yeah, I think we're pretty favored here. It's definitely not over, but I bet we're 85% right now. Courser of Crufix. Okay, well, they take 2 from that, and they can gain life, so that's decent. Bribery on top. Bribery is not very good against us. Oh, that's sort of fun that they have this land. What does this do again? 7 mana, you look at the top 7 cards and put it... That's cool. But, yeah, I think we're in good shape. So, they go up to 4. But Earthshaker Kenmer can make it so the Courser can't block. So, tap 2. Earthshaker. Nice. All right, so he took down blue-green mid-range in game 1. This could be a pretty tough matchup. They have a lot of life gain and beefy creatures. So, yeah, I don't love that. I really, just playing against, like, back-to-back, just, like, big butt green creature decks is worst case scenario. But we're still doing pretty well. I mean, we're 1-0 in matches, 3-1 in games. All right, what changes do we want to make? Flametongue Kavu seems pretty decent. So we can cut a land, bring in... I don't think this is a matchup like the last one where we need to just be all-out speed. We can also cut Imperial Recruiter for... Zealous Conscripts is pretty bad against Carnage Tyrant. Glorybringer might just be better because it's a flyer. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. All right, we'll run this. I mean, yeah, we raised our curve while cutting a land, but I think that's okay for this sort of matchup, especially on the draw. Well, we drew a bunch of those top end cards. I think we got to ship this. I mean, if we can get to 4 mana, it's good, and we have a removal spell for a 1-drop if they have one. Yeah, but we should still mulligan this. We need a creature in the first 2 turns. Okay, this hand is good. So we can chip one of these mountains and then curve out pretty nicely, hopefully. Basic Island Go is exactly the start we wanted them to have. Now, best case scenario, they go like Lotus Cobra on turn 2, and we can go level up, Figure of Destiny, Burst Lightning, or Cobra, hit for 2. I guess if they just passed, that would also be good, and then we could just play Eidolon. Alright, so with Wasteland, I don't really want to jam the factory here, so I think we're just going to attack for 1 and then play Eidolon and pass. Mountain wasn't an amazing draw, but we want to get to 4 for Chandra, so I'm not really upset about it. Boom. Take your medicine. Alright. We'll jam our Eidolon and pass the turn. No counterspell is nice. No play at all is nice. Alright. Well then. I guess they were going to maybe miss a land drop or something. I don't know. But either way, pretty good start. We are on to the finals. Let's see if we can finish off strong. See you there. Alright. Here we are for the finals, and we have finally won the die roll. So, good start. Hopefully we can keep it going. And wow, this hand is incredible. We will certainly keep this. I mean, we would like more... Actually, it's not the best hand ever, but it's definitely very strong. So we can go land. I am going to play a Mox so we can hold up Burst Lightning in case we want to use that. Alright, we reveal Elvish Mystic. Perfect. So we can end a turn, Burst Lightning, untap, Strip Mine their land, attack again, and then hold up Incinerate. Or just draw a creature. That would be best case scenario. Oh, whoops. Forgot to cut a land again. And that could come back to bite us. I mean, we don't want to draw another land for the rest of the game, pretty much. Huh. They played a different elf, so we know that they have another one, but that's fine. We have burn spells for all of these guys. Alright. We really would prefer not to give them a land here. That sucks. Since we are about to destroy one of their lands, but it is what it is. So now they'll probably just play these 2 revealed cards. We played against 3 green decks. That's so annoying. I hate playing against green decks with red decks, but it's going alright for us so far. Hopefully we can finish strong. Yep, Forest Elvish Mystic, sure. Kill this. Creature. Well, that is good. That is really good. Whisperwood Elemental, okay. That's good against us, but they're a long way away from getting that. We've killed 3 mana already of theirs. They would have had to turn 3 Whisperwood, but not anymore. Actually, technically, if they were just goldfishing, they wouldn't have that because they only drew that this turn because we gave them a card of the Goblin Guide, but whatever. Another blue-green deck, interesting. Well, I really hope they don't have a counterspell for this Koth. Okay, they don't. Another elf, jeez, okay. Another land, well, it's not great. Spell Pierce would be devastating here. Nice. So we'll untap the middle mountain. And hit for 6. One slight sad thing about having just played these 2 burn spells on their creatures is that we just have a lower density of burn spells in our deck. We're at the point now where, like, we're just counting down. Like, early on you want to establish pressure, and then later on you just want to draw burn spells and be able to finish them off. And we have a lot fewer burn spells in our deck since we've already drawn a decent amount. Like, Burst Lightning, just hitting them from 8 to 4 would probably just win the game here. I mean, they do have to deal with this Koth, or else the Koth will just win on its own with the ultimate. So, we're definitely favored from this position, but if we draw like 2 lands in a row and they have a Pelucranos here, then we're pretty much brick-walled on the ground, and we really need to top deck burn spells after that. Dryad. And no play. Interesting. Okay, so we'll play Beaumont Courier, untap the mountain, play the land, and attack with everything. If they don't block the mountain, then they're at serious risk of just dying. But if they do block the mountain, then we have a decent board and they're losing their Dryad. Worth noting, they didn't play an extra land last turn, so this forest is probably their only land in their hand. Yeah, I think if that was their best thing they could do last turn, we're pretty much good to go. I mean, famous last words, I don't want to count the chickens before they hatch. Blocking Goblin Guide. Okay, blocking Beaumont Courier. Well, we will definitely just crack that. They're going down to 2 now. And we're just going to drop Figure of Destiny and pass the turn. So, Koth can ultimate if they don't attack it. They're constrained on mana. We have multiple lethal attackers. We have a lot of burn spells that would just win the game instantly in our deck. So I think we should be pretty good to go. I mean, we literally had Mox, Strip Mine, Goblin Guide on the play. So we probably should win. But we are doing so that's good. There's that forest we knew about. So they have 4 unknowns, including 1 card they just top decked. And then some other stuff. Alright, just playing a Pilgrim. They need something like an Uro here. Lotus Cobra, okay. Bad call to play the land before playing that, but it may not matter. They have to attack the Koth with both, or else the Koth ultimate just wins. But then if they do that, they still lose, because we have 3 attackers, so they're just dead. Alright, sweet, good start. So, mostly mono green with some blue splash. We don't know what they're splashing for yet. Probably like a time walk. So, similar sideboard options. We cut a land. I think we do, again, cut Imperial Recruiter. This is more of a card we want for, like, grindy matchups rather than ones where, like, we're trying to just sneak in damage, basically. I think I like the Glorybringer and the Zealous conscripts here. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So we will submit this and hopefully take home this trophy. Well, this is a hand. We have 5 mana sources, which is really bad, but I think we're still going to keep it. We only have 15 lands in our deck, so we have 11 lands left out of 33 cards. We're likely to start drawing mostly spells, and turn 1 Eidolon is really good in against a lot of their draws. And also, Mishra's Factory is a land, but it's not really a land. Yeah, I think I would rather get the Eidolon down than bolt their guy. The best draw here would be just a 1 mana burn spell, so we can go Earthshaker Kenra plus burn your Fyndhorn Elves next turn. Man, I wish we had a... The dream is for them to go turn 1 Arbor Elf, and then we strip mine their forest, and their other land is an island, so it just can't add mana, but multiple problems preventing that from happening right now. Okay, if they don't play anything this turn, then I think I kind of want to just incinerate this, because they're likely to not be able to play something next turn either. Yeah, I think that seems like the right line. So we'll hit them for 2, and then upkeep, hit their Fyndhorn Elves with the Incinerate, and then on our turn we can either go double creature or 1 creature plus swing with a factory. Beast within the Eidolon. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. That actually makes me want to play the Porcelain Legionnaire, though, because it's if they had no 3 mana plays and we could keep them off from playing a spell last turn too, that would be great. But now that we don't know they have no 3 mana plays, they might have just wanted to do that instead. Although most 3 mana plays would probably make more sense than that. But I think getting the Porcelain Legionnaire down is worth it here. We need to establish some pressure, and yeah, I'm less confident that it would deny them a whole turn of mana. Now if they just go land Pelucranos, I'll regret this choice, but there's a lot of draws that make this look really good. I mean, they might also just have like a Courser or something. Okay, they don't have a Courser. They look, they do have a 4-drop, so we might regret this. Green Suns for 3. Okay. That's probably getting a Courser. Then we can play the Earthshaker Kenra and hit them for 10. They could also be getting an Uro, which we would prefer. Okay, that's good for us. It's just not a blocker, so we don't need to worry about next turn as much. So this turn, yeah, we'll still hit them for 10. We're missing out on the Earthshaker Kenra ability, but that's fine. Alright, that was a bad draw, but... Alright, now we're getting some good value out of the Kenra ability, actually. Like, making it so that they can't trade off with the Kenra this turn is good. Boom, take 10 on turn 3. I mean, yeah, drawing another land there is quite bad. So, out of 16 mana sources, we've drawn 6. We have 10 left, so yeah, still a third. But we have a good board. I mean, it really, if they just slam a Whisperwood Elemental, that'll really cancel out our board quite effectively. But hopefully they don't have that, I guess. I mean, if they have something like a Primeval Titan or something that just blocks one thing at least. Polukranos, okay. That's really good, actually. They can monster that for one to kill one of our one toughness creatures. So it looks like they are just going to do that, kill the Porcelain Legionnaire. They're down to one card, though, so that's pretty good. Hopefully they kill the Kenra, but that would be shocking. Another land. Okay. So let's see. If we animate the factory and attack with everything, we hit them for 4. They're down to 7. Then Burst Lightning or Fire Blast would just win off the top. We could also just swing with everything, and then bolt their, or incinerate their Polukranos. I think we do swing with everything though, no matter what. So, do we want to kill? Would we rather put them down on life? Yeah, we could put them to 4. I think the Polukranos is going to be worth more than 4 life in the long run, so I think it's worth it to kill this. If we know we're going to top deck a burn spell, I'll regret that, but that is not the case currently. And they're still a long way from escaping Uro. If they do escape Uro, we'll just lose. Like, we definitely can't beat that, but they still need 3 more cards in the graveyard. It is frustrating to have drawn so many lands, but hopefully we can stop doing that soon. They have another land. Oh, Jite. That is devastating. Okay, I think we just lose to that now. If we top deck, I think we have Embereth's Shieldbreaker in the deck. We haven't drawn it a single time in this league, but I think we have that. But if we don't draw that in the next turn or two, we're going to lose to this Jite. We'll see if they kill the Kenra. They shouldn't do it, but they might. Re-equip this here. Yeah, this is not the sort of game we can realistically win. Mizawa's Jite is just absolutely backbreaking if you have like the mana and creatures to use it. Well, we'll start with an Abbot, see what we hit. That sucks. That's really unfortunate that we cannot cast that. I think I'm just going to scoop him up here. I mean, we have no attacks. They can kill both of our guys. Yeah, I think we are just dead. Bummer. All right. Yeah, even Zealous Con. Yeah, we were donezo there. So, Jite. So devastating for us. We don't really have any answers to it other than that shield breaker, so we can't bring anything in. Do we want to make any changes? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we just run this back and just hope they don't have Jite, or hope we can just like get under them a little bit more. Actually, Flame Tongue is probably better than Zealous Conscripts just because it's cheaper. And on the play, like, we're a little bit less likely to get up to 5 mana. Alright, let's see that trophy winning hand. Ooh, well, that is not one. This is a keep. It's not great, but it's a keep. If we had a Mox, this would be a million times better. So we keep. I think we're going to bottom a Mountain. Jite could do some work here, especially with First Strike. I really wish that we had... This is like, yeah, this is pretty awkward since, like, we don't have a 1-drop, and now they're going to play a 1-drop, and we can't go end of turn Chain Lightning. And then we're just not going to be able to have a good window to play Chain Lightning for a while. If they didn't have a 1-drop, that'd be amazing, but they definitely will, yeah. Oh, man. Bummer. If that was a instant speed burn spell, this game is completely different. But now we're well behind. I would say we're probably 30% to win from here. Maybe that's a little pessimistic, actually. It could be higher than that. Depends a lot on this turn, though. They have no blue mana, which is good. 3 mana, Green Suns for 2. Yep, hopefully it's not a Sylvan Caryatid. If it's like a Raphellos, that'd be ideal, because we can just Chain Lightning it. Oh, Wall of Roots? Bummer. So we'll attack. Yeah, we'll start by attacking. So I think it is worth it to Chain Lightning this down. And then next turn we can really wreak havoc on their 1/1s with the Jite. If we like had a Mox Ruby so we could equip the Jite this turn, that would be amazing, but can't do everything unfortunately. So this is a big turn. If they have a Whisperwood Elemental or something like that, then we might be in rough shape, but against anything else, a 3/1 first striker with a Jite on it could really mess them up a lot. Best case scenario is they go land Plow Under. That would be quite weak here. So they do have 5 mana. Is it Whisperwood? Please don't be Whisperwood. It's Whisperwood, isn't it? Biogenic Ooze. Okay, that's actually not really better for us. Equip, attack. They could double block actually, which would be a little annoying. Actually, it wouldn't be that annoying. No, actually that would be fine. We would first strike 1 down, get 2 counters, then give it +2, +4, +4. So we wouldn't get to kill their mana guys, but we would just kill their Biogenic Ooze and not lose anything other than just 1 attack step. And if they don't block it at all, which is the next most likely or probably the most likely outcome, then we will just snipe 2 of their 1/1s, I think. Pian Carolor was a great draw. Well, that will be good. Oh, blocking with just this Ooze is easily the worst. Oh, well, I guess it's worse to just block with that. But yeah, that was not a good block at all. Now we just first strike it down, and yeah, that would have grown into a 4/4, which would have made our lives a lot harder. But now we can just do this and this. Jite is putting in work right now. And we can't play Light at the stage, but that's fine, right? Yeah. So now their mana is significantly constrained. They only have 3 cards. I mean, yeah, I think we're in really good position now. They could have like a Jite of their own carry out it. Okay, that's fine. And in turn, this will go up to a 4/4. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this puts... Okay, this isn't an Ooze. This does get counters from Avenger of Zendikar because it's a plant, which is sort of funny, but it does not get Biogenic Ooze counters, which is actually really good. 1/4, hexproof. It's really good against this Porcelain Legionnaire. Alright, let's see what we draw. Beaumont Courier. I don't think that changes anything. I think we're still just attacking first. If they block, then they are definitely going to lose. Like, they'll... Yeah, I hope they don't do that, because that's, like, sort of a sad way to get the trophy, but they might, given their last block. Okay, so we get in our hit. And then I'm just going to play... Actually, should we play Light Up the Stage or Pia and Kieran Lar? I think I'm actually going to go Light Up the Stage because either we'll hit a land, in which case it's just strictly better, or we will not hit a land, in which case we're hitting 2 spells and we can also use our mana effectively. Beautiful. Wow, that was good. So we'll play the Abbot. Hopefully we hit a land again. If we don't hit land, I mean, we're still probably just going to Flame Slash here, but I just want to get the attacker down. But yeah, land would definitely be the best hit. Perfect. So you go land, Flame Slash your Ooze. And then I'm just going to drop the Beaumont Courier into play here. The classic post-combat Beaumont. So now they have 4 mana, 2 cards. We have, like, a mana advantage, a board advantage. Their life total is quite high, but I still think we're in a almost unlosable position with the GTA. I mean, like, yeah, Land Whisperwood, I guess, is the scariest thing, but, yeah, just First Strike plus GTA is just really, really hard to beat for a deck that revolves around creatures. All right, sweet. That is awesome. So, got another trophy. So far, 2 for 2 on trophies. Um, yeah, this format is awesome. It's not that different, I guess, but or not that different from how it used to be, but I just love Vintage Cube. It's so sweet. So again, we consistently forgot to cut this land every time. This should have been land out, probably Flame Tongue in. But really, really sweet deck. We had tons of 1 and 2 mana creatures, which is the most important thing for this sort of deck. We had an Uncolored Mox, great mana, good burn spells. We really only had like 20 spells that I like really wanted to be playing. Even though GTA won that last game, like GTA, Imperial Recruiter, and Pia and Kieran Lar, I would have slightly preferred not to be playing, maybe in Flame Slash. So we had like 20 cards that were just absolutely perfect, and then filled out the rest with cards that are like situationally pretty good. And that was more than enough. I mean, we got the trophy, and yeah, that was really sweet. I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.